What's good, everybody? It's your girl Vanilla here, and today I'm going to be playing 4 of my subscribers' maps in Geoguessr. So, without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Alright, so this map is called a liminal world, and I didn't really know what the word liminal means, but I'll throw up a definition on the screen. It kind of seems like liminal means like a transition point between two places, or maybe like kind of, you know, like an exit or something like that. So it can be like physical, but it also could be like metaphorical. So, looking at this location, it has like the kind of like what do I call it? Like the less than sign pull top. What is this giving? We're in NPC, so we can't zoom around. We have yellow dash middle, white outer. I feel like this is some sort of like, is this like Canada ever? Like a Canadian pull top? I feel like this is a pull top I've probably learned before. I want to go in Sask for some reason. I don't know if it's like a Sask pull top, but it's kind of giving like Canada to me. So I'm gonna go near Regina. Okay, honestly, I will take it. We were in Alberta, so kind of like the next province over, but we got 3.6k there, so definitely not bad score at all. Ooh, okay, we're zoomed into a table. What does this remind me of? This kind of reminds me of like, I don't know if you guys have seen like Drake and Josh. That's like the first thing that popped into my head, like the movie theater in Drake and Josh. Feels like maybe like a movie theater floor with like these like tall tables, and like maybe you could be like eating popcorn at them or something. We have this blue column and a red wall in the back. I don't see any outlets, so I can't like compare to if it like it's like a US outlet or maybe like a different outlet style that I know. So I guess because the first thought I had was Drake and Josh. Was Drake and Josh set in like San Francisco or something? I feel like I'm gonna go there. I don't even know if it was in San Francisco. I'll put up where the show is actually like, you know, set in on the screen in the future in the edit, but I'm gonna go here just because it made me think of like Drake and Josh, and I think that's where it is, but we could be on like the opposite side of the world. A very cool like color scheme pattern we see here. So we'll go here. Okay, we were a little bit far away. We were in Moscow in Russia inside a hockey club. Okay. So not exactly a movie theater, but kind of like an arena. Ooh. Okay, this is an office space. I see Big Ben on the like column pillar here in the middle. So maybe making me think we're in London somewhere. These are some very like old computers, TVs here. I haven't seen like something like this in a while with like, you know, like TV with like a thing in the back. So definitely thinking we're in England here, maybe perhaps just in London. This kind of reminds me of, I don't know if any of you guys have played like the Stanley Parable before, but I played a game called the Stanley Parable where there's really like no correct way to play the game. You just like go and like try to get all these different situations and just like reach the end, but like each one has like a unique ending, and like it's just like super interesting. So I highly recommend that game if you kind of just like if you like a game that doesn't have like rules to it per se, but very different from most games I've played. And that's what this setting is reminding me of here. We'll go in London and kind of just plunk it in the middle because I see the Big Ben on the column, and I don't think we'll be too far from there. Probably not in Westminster because that's kind of fancy. We'll go like here in Southwark Street. Okay, we'll take 4.974. We were in London, and we were in one of these office buildings here, but I don't know exactly which one. In London, we got 4.974, so we'll definitely take that. Ooh, okay. It's giving hotel. It's giving, like, I'm going down the hallway of a hotel. There's, like, a fancy desk at the back. Okay. White doors. Is this, like, a hotel, like, lobby/conference room? I can kind of see, like, a van or a truck or a car like outside beyond the window here. Do I see any outlets? I don't think I can see any outlets. The rug pattern is interesting though. I feel like I've never seen a rug pattern like this before. I feel like for some reason I want to go like Latvia, like in Riga. I don't know why, but this feels like maybe more like a European style of like, you know, like carpet and like the molding or whatever on the mirror. So we're gonna go here and let's see how close we are. Okay, no, we were pretty far. We were in Campinas in Brazil. Okay, and we were, I think, in a hotel. We are on a road here, kind of near these like reddish dirt mountains, white outer, not really any like center. Oh, I can't see center middle line. There's just something like blocking my screen. We have yellow center lines with a little bit of white dash on one side or the other. I don't know why my first thought was like really, really northern Chile, kind of like somewhere here near the tri-point with like Bolivia and Peru. I think that's what it's giving to me. So I'll go here and we'll see where we are. But I like strongly thought it was this area when I first got in. Let's see. Okay, so we were technically near a tri-point in Chile, but just the wrong tri-point. It was the Bolivia-Chile Arch tri-point that we were near, not the Peru one. But we were actually in Arge and not in Chile. And we were near Jama. But I'll take 3.5. That's not a bad score at all. All right, we got 12,000 there. Not bad. Let's move on to the second map. All right, the second map. Oh my god. Okay, we are over some sort of mountain, which is like, holy guacamole. This is so beautiful. Like, I don't even have words to describe how breathtaking this is. I feel like I don't know what to say here. We're just gonna go in a mountain range, like probably above this like national park or something, but wow, this is just so cool and such a cool view. Like, I don't even know how they took this, like a drone shot or something like that. Yeah, but no, very cool. I'm gonna go here. Okay, we were further north. We were in maybe this forest here, kind of close to Chacan and Pariacoto. Okay. Ooh, okay. We are on some sort of mountain. We have forests around us. We have these like houses. Okay. These interesting walls here. Not too much made of brick, so we're not thinking super far south. And it's not like too dry and deserty either, so I'm not thinking like really far north. The terrace like steps into the mountain over here, kind of interesting to me. I wonder if it's like terrace farming. I want to go maybe near like Huánuco, like somewhere kind of like close to central Peru, but a little bit further north of Lima, because it's not too deserty and there's not a lot of brick architecture. So I'm gonna go here. Okay, not horrible. We were closer to Huancayo, but we were near Acapulco. Okay. We'll take it. Ew, we are in a puddle in the middle of, wow, it feels like I'm a frog or something. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like in the water and I'm like looking around at all the beauty around me. But because of like how like low the photosphere is, that's kind of like what I'm thinking there. Okay, in big mountains, in some sort of puddle / lake. We have red dirt over there and a lot of rocks. No buildings in sight, okay. Are we ever near like Lake Titicaca? I wonder, like, you know, like maybe like one of these like inlet parts. I want to go like here because I feel like that's one of the big bodies of water that I know in Peru. So let's see if that's correct. Okay, no, we are actually in, and I don't see a body of water here, so I don't know exactly where we were in here, but we are close to a city called Circubamba. Okay, we got 200 points. Okay, we're at the beach. We're looking at the beach. We see the sky. We see the side of the road. No city name on the street sign that I can see. We have this like blue, is it a lifeguard chair? I don't know what the structure is. Okay, interesting pole tops. Of course, the black and white stripes on their sign in Peru. Not a lot of brick. Okay, so I'm not thinking southern Peru. I want to go more like Trujillo or like Chimbote. Puente Cascada. We can see people. I think they're on like these like some sort of like, you know, like things in the water, unless those are not people. What am I thinking here? Beach, not a lot of brick architecture, kind of bright. I want to go Like, we'll go here. Well, we gotta find some place with a beach. There's a lot of beaches here. Okay, Playa, beach. We'll go here. All right, a lot further north, we are actually closer to Zorritos and Plazuela Piaggio. Okay, we have 300 points. Not my greatest score, but that is okay. Okay, we have these bollards, which I've low-key never seen these bollards with like the yellow tops and the red rectangles, so good to know a new bollard type that could be in Peru in case I ever get this like location or on this road. Reddish kind of mountains, a little bit of green over the mountains, so not completely like desert-like. There's a lot of like the transformers on the sides of the mountains, so there must be some sort of like city or village or something nearby. This is like an interesting farming pattern we see down here. I don't know what they're growing over here, but yeah, definitely very interesting. Okay, definitely big mountain. I feel like we're kind of near a mountain range that we've had before, but I don't remember exactly where we were when we were like high above the mountains, because it seems like a similar mountain. I'll go here near Campo Verde. I think it was maybe near here. And we'll see where we are. Okay, not horrible. Obviously, it could have been way, way, way better, but we were on Route 3N near Ranhuas. Okay. All right, well, I only got 3,000 there. Not the greatest score, but it was a beautiful map, and I love seeing all the different locations and even learning like the new bollard type in Peru. So let's move on to the third map, and we'll see where we are. All right, third up, we have World War II Geoguessr. So the handpicked locations related to World War II, and there is trivia too, which I think will be in Portuguese, which will translate once we've made our guess. Okay. Okay, so maybe thinking a museum in Munich, because I'm seeing the word like Munich everywhere, and the German language is first, and then we have English after, so I'm definitely thinking Munich here. I don't know what museum specifically. Let's find a museum first. We'll just plonk it right near here and then see, can we see like the museum name anywhere? Foundations of Democracy. Something. Okay, cannot read that from this angle. Okay. I don't think it says the museum name anywhere, so we'll just plonk it in the middle of Munich, and then we'll see what the trivia says about where we are and what the significance of this exhibit is. Okay, we were here in Munich on Brianner Street, and we got 4.995, but the trivia says the Documentation Center of National Socialism in Munich. So Munich was the birthplace and main center for the consolidation of Nazism during its initial phase in the 1920s. The Bavarian region was a melting pot of nationalism, Revanchism, and anti-Semitism. Okay. Okay. Monde is German. I don't know what the word is on the left, but it feels like we're in. Ooh, what flag is that? Is that the US flag ever? I can't tell. It's like kind of red and white, but not super clear. This feels like French to me. Something about the Germans. I don't know what the first word is. I'll throw up the translation of what the first word is on the screen. Are we ever in France? Because this is in French, I think. I want to go near like Calais. I feel like this is not like the greatest guess, but somewhere like, you know, along. Okay, we were actually in the Memorial de l'Armistice. This was the Armistice clearing, the location where the ceasefire was established between France and Nazi Germany to humiliate France. The Fuhrer insisted that the armistice be signed at the same location as the 1918 armistice that ended World War I with Germany defeated. Okay. So we're in the right country, but not the right city, and it was 4.3K that we got there. Okay. We are in a museum of some sort. We have the flag with like the hammer and sickle. Okay. We see Cyrillic language on the flags there. Lots of like white and gold, which is like an interesting choice for the museum. I actually can't really see any languages super clearly. Like we're not like near any of like the posters on the wall, so I can't see whatever the top language is on the sign. Is this ever Cyrillic up here? I feel like that's not, I don't know. I can't really tell. I have no clue what city we're in. I mean, the symbol is like no language. It's just like, you know, the picture. Okay, this outlet is not a US outlet. I feel like it feels maybe European. I know that there's a couple of like outlet types in Europe, but because it's European, maybe I want to go like Moscow and we'll see where we are. I don't know if this is like the same outlet type that they have there in Russia. Okay. Well, we actually ended up being in Moscow, so we got 4.971 there, so we'll definitely take that. This was the Victory Museum, the Heroes of the Soviet Union. Okay. We are in a memorial in a garden, it looks like. This is a building with a star at the top, okay. Or a monument with a star at the top. These grave sites appear to be in Cyrillic, so making me think we are probably in Russia again, perhaps. Yeah, I think because of the language on like the tombstones, we'll go in Moscow. Okay, we weren't in Moscow, but we were in Russia. We were in Kursk, near the Victory Memorial. So Victory Memorial, it's estimated that between 250,000 and 350,000 Soviet soldiers and between 50,000 and 100,000 German soldiers lost their lives in the fields of the Kursk salient in just over a month of intensive fighting. Okay. Okay, we are in a museum again. Perhaps the same museum we were in before because we see everything is in Cyrillic language. We see the same like hammer and sickle flag. Okay, the planes. I don't remember exactly where in Moscow it was, but I do remember it was somewhere here, so we'll go here and we'll see where we are. Okay, no, actually it was a different museum. We're actually in Prokhorovka. So the third battlefield of Russia on July 12, 1943, one of the largest tank battles in history took place there. According to Soviet historiography, with more than 1,500 armored vehicles, the battle was part of Operation Citadel, German offensive in Kursk. Okay. All right, well, we got 21,000 there, so a pretty good score. I enjoyed the trivia aspect of the map, but it kind of reminds me of like, you know, the learnable meta maps where something pops up and explains where you are. But it adds another element to kind of like guessing like where you are, like learning like the importance of those locations. So let's move on to the fourth map. All right, and then last but not least, we got a map called World of Hearts. All right, so we have a heart here. It says Salon de Coiffure. So I'm thinking we're maybe in France because it seems like it's French. Okay, école is French, so definitely thinking France here. Definitely not thinking France. Definitely thinking Switzerland here. Switzerland flag. Okay, I have it in Zurich for now, but we're going to look for a city name because it's mayhaps something we can 5K. So let's look for it. Okay, cannot go further down the road that way. That is okay. We are looking for the city name. Okay, we see a lot of French. I should probably go towards French speaking Switzerland or where there's more abundance of French. Sus. .ch. Okay, so definitely Switzerland. Pour rentrer. go up here. Oh my god, wait. Holy guacamole. Okay, look at all these gnomes. I've never seen so many gnomes all in one location, but very cool that the shop has like a ton of gnomes that they're selling. Okay, we are looking for a city name in Switzerland, Sur la Forêt, under the forest, but I think that's like not the city name. That's probably just like a place, you know, that you can like visit in the city. Maybe if there's like a route number at the beginning of the city too, that could also be helpful. Okay, there's a sign here, which might have information, if we can look at it. Okay, Geoguessr. Is Geoguessr a city or a neighborhood? Geneva. Geoguessr. I know I'm near Lausanne, but I don't see Geoguessr. Okay, we'll look for like 30 more seconds for like information about like the city name, and then we'll just guess here. Okay, this is definitely Commune de Haute-Saône. If I zoom in, does it show like the dots of like the different like communes, I wonder? Geoguessr. Canton de Berne in Valais. So I do see like dotted outlines of like the different like areas in Switzerland, but I'm not seeing Haute-Saône. So we'll plonk it here near Lausanne and we'll see where we are. Okay, a little bit further north and then in the Jura like area close to Geoguessr. Okay, that is okay. A heart on here. Okay, Heart and Vascular Tower feels like a hospital because of the regional. Okay, what flag is that? That is interesting. Okay, this is the Texas flag, so I think we're in Texas. That's probably the hospital flag is the third one. We're gonna try to find a city name because Texas is, okay, well, that's Houston Healthcare. So let's go to Houston, Texas first. Clear Lake. Clear Lake is probably like a neighborhood within Houston. Oh my gosh, okay, wow, this is gonna go so quickly, hopefully. A hospital near here should be pretty findable. Here's a NASA Mission Control Center. Okay, this is a hospital. Let's go back to start. Maybe it's the same hospital. Clear Lake Regional Center. This is the Heart Hospital. Okay, I think we're like somewhere here. We're under a bridge. So maybe like under like one of these, like maybe there's like, you know, I don't know if like the walkway is gonna show up over the map. Let's see what's at the end of the road so we can line up the exact 5K, hopefully, if we can. HCA Houston Healthcare is at the end of the road, so this is HCA Houston Healthcare. And it was on our left going down the road, so we're somewhere like here. Maybe this is like the overway thing. I think that this might be the 5K. Yeah, I think this is the 5. I'm like question marking it. Oh my gosh, we're in the parking lot now. All right. Clear Lake Medical Plaza 2. Does that show up here? Okay, I think we'll plunk it here and we'll see where we are, but I think this might be the 5K. We're really close to it. All right, perfect, amazing. Love it, we got a 5K. Okay, we're in some sort of shop and there's a lot of like Valentine's gifts here. There's like teddy bear that says I love you, some flowers and stuff. Okay, interesting. Fleuris Marché. Okay, that is in French, but then I also see English on the sign to scan. That is a low-key a little scary. Okay, we're gonna zoom away from that. Oh my gosh, there's so many different languages around. Okay, Arabic here and English. But then on the sign it has like French and English. So a place that might have French, English, and Arabic, is that what we're looking for? I feel like the French might just be because it's like a fleuris, because there's flowers. I don't know if the French is like the predominant language here. This is making me think we're probably, maybe I want to go in like Dubai is like my best guess here. We're in some sort of shop. Yeah, I mean, there's like multiple languages around me. There's like French, English, and Arabic. If I was thinking like just French and Arabic, like I'd lean more like Tunisia or something like that. Maybe like Morocco. But I don't know. Something about the green is not really giving me either of those countries. So I'm going to go in Dubai. No, we were in Morocco. Ugh. Okay, I mentioned it at least, so I'll take like a small victory in my head. But obviously we're very, very far away. We were in Morocco, so we were near Rue de Dakhla. Okay. All right, I love maracas. This is an interesting car. We have English here, and then black and white stripes under the sign. So where are we? Is this like one of the like islands, like the U.S. Virgin Islands or something like that? Maracas Bay. I'm like so curious because we're driving what on the left, so is it ever left side driving, English, but on the poles we have white and red, which what am I even thinking here? Some sort of island, English speaking. Maracas Bay. Roundabout ahead. Okay. And we have like a lot of like, we have a beach, big mountains. Oh, Trinidad and Tobago, is that what that says on this truck? Electricity Commission. Okay, are we in Trinidad and Tobago? That's, where are Trinidad and Tobago? Okay. So here's Trinidad and Tobago. We're near the beach, so we're probably, doesn't seem like a lot of beaches on this side. Maybe like up here. This is Maracas Lookout. Okay, we just saw Maracas back there. Let's go back to the start. So this is the Isla Maracas sign, and we're looking at the water. Maybe there's like a little like camera thing that says like, I mean, this could just be it, TBH. I think I'll go here because we do see Maracas, right? Like, I don't think we're going to be too far from this. This is the beach though, so maybe are we closer to here actually? Community Center, Maracas Bay View. Ooh, this is the Island Maracas sign. Hold on. This might be the 5K here. And we're near this little like circle. We're going to the right. Okay, we'll go here. I think this is the 5K. All right, perfect. Another 5K in Trinidad and Tobago, which I've never gotten in Geoguessr before, but luckily we had movement and we were able to like look around us. So yeah, getting another 5K. We'd love to see it. Okay, Heart Hospital of Austin. So Austin's making me think Texas here. We'll plonk it in the middle for now. Let's just like look around us to make sure we actually are in Texas. Okay. Speed limit 10. Definitely feeling like Texas. White license plates everywhere. Okay, I'm pretty sure we're just going to be in Austin, Texas. So let's look for the Heart Hospital of Austin because it shouldn't be too hard to find a hospital because there shouldn't be like too many, right? What is the hospital symbol again? The H. Okay, so we're looking for the red H. I'll plonk it here for now. Don't see it at this zoom level, so probably gonna have to look here. This is a thing. Nope, University of Texas, okay. Dell's Hospital, Ascension, Heart Hospital, Austin. Okay, hold on. I'm already here at the start. Okay, Heart Hospital of Austin is on our left. Are we near, which direction of it are we near? We don't have the Williams and Sonoma to our right? No, it's kind of just like a parking lot, and then there's like a dermatology office over there, so maybe I should find out what is in this parking lot across from us. Lamar and 19th? Or, sorry, Lamar and 39th. That is that intersection. So I think this is it? Okay, amazing. Another 5K. All right, well, we're ending on 19.6K there. So that's a pretty good score. I like seeing all the different heart locations. We even managed to get a couple 5Ks, even in the unofficial coverage, like in Trinidad and Tobago. So cool to see locations that I wouldn't normally see in like a Geoguessr duel or something like that. So that's gonna be it for today. Thank you so much for watching this video of me playing 4 of my subscribers' maps in Geoguessr. If you enjoyed this video, let me know down in the comments. I'll also have the maps linked in the description if you want to try it out yourself. Thank you so much to the 4 subscribers who submitted these maps for me to play in today's video. Lots of fun seeing all these different locations and themes that I wouldn't have otherwise found. And if you want to see your map featured in a future iteration of this video, let me know what the title of the map is down below in the comments section. So thank you so much again for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to French Vanilla and have a great day.